We've spoken about former police chief constable Mike Veale a few times the past year about how he stood down as chief constable from Cleveland Police in 2019 following what were called at the time serious allegations, and how he was also the police chief from Wiltshire Police Force who led the botched investigation into former Prime Minister Sir Edward Heath. We spoke about how Leicestershire Police and Crime Commissioner Rupert Matthews took Veale on even though he knew he was waiting a misconduct hearing for the serious allegations, being paid some £100,000 a year to advise Rupert Matthews, out of the public's money of course. This was brought up several times in the House of Lords by several lords, questioning the then Home Secretary about Veale's position. Conservative peer Lord Lexden said, "May I remind the House that I have used every means open to me to try and help bring the notorious Mike Veale to book. Ever since, as Chief Constable of Wiltshire, he conducted an appallingly biased investigation of the allegations of sex abuse against Sir Edward Heath. I also remind the House that in Cleveland, where he was Chief Constable, he is due to face a gross misconduct hearing. It was announced a year ago, but has not even started. Meanwhile, Veale lives the life of Riley on £100,000 a year as an advisor to the so-called Conservative Police and Crime Commissioner for Leicestershire and Rutland, and who must have taken leave of his senses. This scandal really must end. May I ask that arrangements be made for a small cross-party group from this House to see the Home Secretary as soon as possible." At this time, the nature of Veale's misconduct has been pretty well hidden, but information has now come out that Mike Veale, during his time as Chief Constable of Cleveland Police Force, was apparently a bit of a perv. It's said that Veale told a female colleague that she could touch herself as they sat together in a car, and that on another occasion said to the same woman that she and a male senior officer were intimate. Now, to be fair, not exactly the worst charges I've ever heard, but still, if true, could go to show why there are so many sex pests in the police these days. Mike Veale's misconduct hearing has finally commenced this week, just 4 years after he quit from Cleveland Police Force, and is due to last the week at the Leonardo Hotel in Middlesbrough. I mean, I'm more shocked that they managed to find space in a hotel to do anything these days. I mean, I can't understand why they don't simply hold it in the police headquarters and save the public some money. A misconduct notice said he is accused of gross misconduct in relation to 2 incidents, one in October 2018 and one in December of the same year, which is a breach of professional standards. Summarising the case against him on Monday, Dijen Basu KC for the Cleveland Police Crime Commissioner told the hearing that Mr Veale was on duty with witness B, a senior female officer, when he made an inappropriate comment in her car. Mr Basu said the incident happened before a meeting with the Chief Executive of Stockton Borough Council, and Mr Veale read out an email from a councillor. He then allegedly looked at her lap and said the words to the effect of, "Go on, touch yourself now." The sexualised conduct was said to be a serious breach of professional standards in relation to equality and diversity, and if he was still a serving officer, dismissal would be justified. Just 2 months later from that incident, he went to a working lunch with Simon Bailey, the Chief Constable of Norfolk. Witness B was again present, along with a senior male officer referred to as Witness C and at least 2 other female officers. Mr Basu said, "You made a remark to the effect that Witness B and C were bedfellows, metaphorically speaking or otherwise, and then laughed." Mike Veale's defence barrister said that the first incident was that his touch yourself comment was misunderstood, misheard or misrepresentative. On the second, Mr Veale accepts using the word bedfellows, but is said to have been used in a non-innuendo sense. Mike Veale denies both charges, and his KC Peter Wright said, even if found proved, the behaviour did not amount to gross misconduct. No, it's not exactly an exciting misconduct hearing, and even the offence, in my opinion, is pretty low down the scale, but as Chief Constable at the time, he should have known better, should have behaved better, and this shit certainly shouldn't have been dragged on for 4 years. Whilst the public were paying him still. I will, of course, catch up on this throughout the week when new information becomes available. I'm sure there'll be something else that pops up that we're unaware of at the moment, but I'll bring that to you as and when I receive it.